I'm Nick. That's Brandon.
Hello.
So, we're going to take comic book characters from the Marvel Universe, because it's the most wholesome of the universes.
Is it?
Yes.
I don't know. I feel like DC has more help, but continue.
And we're going to script them in a slasher.
Okay.
And we have to decide a final girl.
All right.
As in slasher lore.
So we're talking this out. This isn't this is less of a debate. It's just
less of a debate, more of a conversation.
Okay.
And who would be the final girl. So, let's call it Camp Marvel. Right? Everybody shows up. Campers going around. Myth of a killer.
You know what I always thought would be an interesting... Well, first of all, I'll say I think your perfect final girl archetype within the Marvel universe is probably Kate Bishop. Mm-hmm. Her skill set, it reminds me, we were talking off air, it kind of reminds me like she basically is the final protagonist from You're Next.
Yeah.
Which I really like. But something that I was thinking when we were setting up, I point at the camera, when we're setting up, and then I knock over the microphone, professional.
At its finest.
Yeah. Was that... Storm's claustrophobia would make for an interesting kind of
like a buried
sub-story, something that you have to overcome.
Yeah.
I like that very much, you know, because it's something that, and we have experienced that in the comics, her having to overcome that.
Yeah.
So that one comes into play. I think you can't put magic in there because of the claustrophobia. Because you can't put magic in there because of, like, she's already had a hard enough life. Her life is a horror story.
Kitty Pryde, I don't think you can put in there.
Why?
I don't think she'd fit. She'd just phase her way out.
Yeah, it wouldn't take long for her to turn the tables on any.
Yeah.
Well, it depends. You know, it depends on who your killer is too. Like if you, there's ones that come to mind. Like I think Sabretooth would be a great, villain. Stalker, kind of slasher,
primal slasher.
Yeah, there's a handful of them that I think would be very cool. I think Kraven could be good.
Kraven would be interesting because he's hunting them.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm still doing the hockey voice. Yeah,
yeah, man.
Oh, all right there.
So,
sorry,
I'm trying to think who else would be. Gwen would be an interesting one.
Gwen Stacy in what form?
Gwen, Spider-Gwen, I'll go with.
Yeah, Ghost Spider or whatever her name is this week. Yeah. I love that book, by the way. I'm not knocking it. I just land on a name so we can have a long run because the character deserves it. I know it's the same story, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. We'll go Spider-Gwen because I think she'll last.
She'd be an excellent final girl for many reasons. The spider sense kind of, to me, nullifies the potential for jump scares and these kind of traditional horror tropes, unless you, of course, use that very thing as a jump scare
Rogue would be an interesting choice in a slasher.
Yeah. But it'd be very easy for her to kill someone and she'd just take her gloves off.
Yeah.
No problem.
Unless she doesn't get the chance.
How would you not have the chance? Just walk around naked if you had to. Like if I was Rogue and I had her skill set and there's someone going around killing people, I'd be like, okay, no problem.
But then again, those are the first ones to usually go.
The naked people?
Yeah, because all you got to do is stab them.
Valid point, yeah, okay. But they also don't have Rogue skill set. But yeah, that's true. I like, we were joking off air about Millie the Model. That would be kind of cool. That would be like an interesting turn for the character. I like Sue Storm.
Sue Storm would be interesting.
Because you could do kind of like a Don't Breathe type thing. As much as that movie didn't really work for me.
You could even do a Jean Grey almost. Like a haunting type of
Jean Grey's another one that's just had a hard life. Well, everyone in Marvel has had a hard life.
Yeah, but most final girls do have hard lives.
Yeah, I think that... Here's the thing, though. Is that Jean is... in and of herself, somewhat a villain. The complexity of her character makes her a problem.
True.
Valeria would be another good final girl.
X-23 would probably be a good final girl. Girl like that was
again kind of like an archetype of like the You're Next or like the Sidney Prescott kind of model.
Sidney Prescott was like
bullet in his head and bye.
Because like I see X-23 kind of like that because like she had a hard life and everybody knows it, but like you get her out of that setting, like we said, camp.
Yeah.
Starts letting herself have a little more fun. Like you said before, she has like a little humanity.
Next thing you know, she's in The Burning.
The raft scene.
Is that the where Fisher, what's his face,
cuts his fingers? Yeah.
What's his last name? Why can't I?
Fisher Stevens.
Fisher Stevens. I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
But yeah, oh man, that's a
there's so
gruesome scene.
many female protagonists in the Marvel universe that you can pull a final girl from, and there's so many that will just be fodder for a slasher.
You know, I think Mary Jane is a good final girl as well.
I think she'd be fodder.
I think that, and to go back to Gwen, well, I disagree. I think that say for example, look at what, have you read the Amazing Spider-Man 25?
No, not yet.
Was it 25? I think it's 25, the Nick Spencer run that's going on right now, where she pulls the bait and switch on the Electro, the female Electro on stage is doing the hostage situation thing. I think that MJ is like an extremely cunning character, and you have to be when you work for Tony Stark, and and she's been through so much. Also, but then you
can say the same thing for Black Cat, Felicia Hardy.
I think Felicia would be fodder.
I think she's more of a final girl than you realize.
Yeah, but my problem is that I think you expect her to make it to the end.
You do, but I think she could be.
I don't think that she makes the ideal character to survive a horror film because of the fact that you kind of expect it.
True.
Like if you introduce Gwenpool into the MCU, and she does actually have that kind of like inexplicable knowledge of the Marvel universe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And then she plays to her advantage.
Yeah, like in the same way that Squirrel Girl has the Deadpool villain deck, if the way that Gwenpool knows all these things that people who are readers know.
Yeah.
I think that could be an interesting angle for a movie like that, just because say for example you used MODOK as her villain, right? You could have so much fun, not fourth wall breaking fun, but pretty close to, where just that kind of rings very true for a slasher for me, where you go between laughter and terror, because that's what a true, perfect kind of slasher to me is emblematically is a roller coaster ride emotionally.
Yeah, as long as it doesn't have the sleepaway camp ending, we're good.
Why is that a problem?
Well, I'm just saying.
I think that it's a very different world, though. Like, we've talked about that on Movies from My Life. I think it's a very different world that we live in today. I don't think that that's a twist at all.
That still is a shocker of an ending, though,
Well, yeah, but the thing is, at the time even, I think that us looking at that now, we look at it and we're like, oh, that poor kid that was raised.
Yeah, we can't ruin I'm not ruining the ending.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas in those days, it was just like, oh, she has, so the world is a different thing. So the immediate shock value isn't there, but I agree with you that the resonant shock factor is probably actually more. So it's valid.
In any case, please be sure to leave a comment below. And who do you think will be the final girl
in a Marvel slasher?
Yes.
Why did I just ask you what the topic was? We just talked about it.
We just talked about it. Okay.
Yeah. Episode's over. Leave a comment, leave a like. We'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye. Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween. We really appreciate you watching this video and supporting our channel. You can reach me on Twitter @DebateComics. That's it for this episode. Debate Comics will return.